Yeah, I look like crap. I don't care. Hi guys. Yeah, I'm a little tired. It's been a long week, longer weekend. uh, kind of finally got some sleep last night. So, yeah, my hair looks wonderful. I don't care. I'm beat, I'm tired, I'm sore, but there's a light at the end of the rainbow, or the light at the end of the tunnel, or whatever. Come over here and sit down. There we go. Oh, Guy the Jedi, what's going on, man? I uh I know I look rough. I'm okay. I'm just tired. I'm sore. I need a hot shower and I'll feel better. Same shit, different day. Yeah. Sounds kinda right. There isn't chaos in my life. I guess it's not my life, right? So, I guess, Guy, since you're the one and only one here at the moment, I guess I'll fill you in case you haven't been following or heard. Um, so Thursday, my mom got up in the morning and went to go to the bathroom, and she got lightheaded, went to turn around to go back to her bed, fell and landed on her face. Um, when she hit the ground, she snapped her head back a little bit. Um, Thought she was okay and decided to get up to try to go to the bathroom after she kind of regathered herself. And when she went in to go to the bathroom, she got in the bathroom and then dropped straight to her butt and then fell back into the wall. So at that point, my stepdad called the ambulance. They came, picked her up, took her to the hospital. The hospital that she was at tried to do an MRI but couldn't see anything. So they took her to another hospital up in Rockford. Again, for those who don't know, I'm in Illinois. So that's kind of help you out geographically. She went from Peru to Rockford. In Rockford, they did an MRI, a CT, and have been just monitoring her blood pressure and blood sugar and stuff like that. My mom's diabetic, so they've been monitoring all that stuff with her. And she, um, the MRI basically came back with some bad news, but there's surgery that can fix it. So there's good news. Um, Jose, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. So the bad news is my mom has basically from her C2 to her T1. So basically there's C2 or it's C1 through C6. So her C2 through her C6 down to her T1. She's got all of the discs are herniated and are bulging. The problem though is not with the bulging discs so much as with you've got your vertebrae, and then inside your vertebrae you've got your spinal fluid that kind of acts as a cushion, and then you have your spinal cord. Well, and I believe it's her C3 or C4, and they skip one, but in two of her vertebrae, I believe it's her C6 and her C4, I believe. Stop that. Stupid camera. Go back. Thank you. But in her C4 and C6 or C3 and C5, one of those, like, it skips one, but she's got no spinal fluid whatsoever. And the impact with the floor basically caused her to have pain in basically her fingers and her hands. They've had her on steroids for the last few days, and those have been helping. Now she's got where it's her thumb. I believe these two fingers are still in pain on both hands. So these two fingers on each hand are in pain, but these two fingers, this finger, and these two fingers don't hurt, but these four fingers are still in pain. They had her in the NTICU. Thank you. They had her in the NTICU up until last night. They moved her into a general room. She does have to stay in a neck collar for all this time. So surgery is scheduled for Thursday. We still don't know what time yet. We'll know when it gets a little closer, but she's going to have surgery. They're going to go in through the front. So I'm going to explain this. I'm not showing pictures. So she's up in St. Anthony's. Currently, she's in room 388. So if anybody wants to send her a card, or if you want to go to their website and send an e-card to her, you can just tell her that you're a friend of mine and sending well wishes. You can send her e-cards through the website. I don't have the link for it, but if you look up St. Anthony's, Rockford, Illinois, she's in room 388. So as of today, she's in room 388. She'll be in there until after the surgery, and then we believe she's going to go back into the NTICU for 48 hours of observation. And then depending on how that goes and how she heals, she may be in some short-term in-house physical therapy. So she may be in basically like a nursing home for 2 weeks for physical therapy. Or if she doesn't do the aggressive therapy, then she'll be in a similar place, but for probably 3 to 4 weeks. If she bounces back very well, she could very well go home after the surgery, but they have to see how she recovers afterwards. So that's what the 48 hours of recovery time will be for. Medicare or insurance and Medicare. So hopefully it won't be too crazy expensive, but there's going to probably be some bills. So depending on how things go, I maybe will do a GoFundMe or something once the medical bills start coming in and we know what this is going to set us back. So if you guys see me do a fundraiser for my mama, please understand it's for my mama. And if you can, please do. But I don't know yet. I don't know where we're at. 3D print something up for her nursing staff like a dragon. Yeah, if I had a capable enough printer right now, I would. Trust me, Sporlock, it's definitely going to be something nice. I'll figure something out. But right now as it stands though, kind of got lost on where I'm at. Yeah, so with mom, it's going to be more or less we're going to kind of have to play it by ear, you know. Rough Easter. Yeah. We had planned to do Easter with my mom and my side of the family on Saturday. Those plans are now canceled for now. So hopefully after the therapy or after the surgery and stuff, we'll see how it goes, and then get up there and see mama. So probably go up Sunday morning, Easter Sunday morning, go up and see mom, spend some time with her, and then we'll have my Easter with my in-laws that evening. So we'll come back down and do Easter with my in-laws. And then I believe that even though there's no school that Monday, I think I still have to be there. I got to double check, so I probably still have to go to work on Monday. So Captain, it's going. You guys can tell I'm a little rough. Been kind of, you know, worked all week, and then Thursday that everything got turned into a shit spiral. And like I was saying, Thursday was at the hospital with my mom all day. Well, she was in the ER, and then they transferred her to the other hospital. I came home, had to deal with some stuff at home, gathered up some stuff for mom, went back up Thursday night, hung out there. Got home probably around midnight, 1 o'clock. I got home. Woke up Friday, went back up with mom all day on Friday. We were hoping to hear from the doctor on Friday and hadn't heard from the doctor, so my sister and I went up yesterday. The doctor finally came in and explained everything, showed us the MRI and CT and all that fun stuff, and showed us where mama's neck is screwed up. And since there's more of you guys, I will explain it again. So in your neck, there's your C1 through C6, and then you have your T1, which starts, you know, your C6 transitions to your T1. So from my mom's C2 through her T1, all the discs are bulging. She has nothing but herniated discs in her neck all the way down. And there's two of them. It's either her C5 and C3, or C5 and C3, or her C4 and C6. I can't remember which ones it is now. But usually when you're looking at a scan of it, you see the bone. You'll see the bone, and then you'll see a ring of white. The ring of white, dang it, quit it, go back. but the ring of white is the fluid around your spinal cord, and then the spinal cord itself is a black ring inside. So you see a black tube basically that runs through the center, a white cylinder of fluid, and then the bone itself. And in my mom's case, on those two vertebrae, there is no fluid, and it's basically spine against bone. And when she fell and kind of kicked back, it pushed the spine into the cord. It pushed the vertebrae into the cord, and that's what was causing the hand pain. So they did tell us that hard impact or a hard bump in either one of those vertebrae could be lights out. So Mama got lucky. It's the happy accident. You know, this happened and she's okay. She's a little beat up and she's sore, but they're going to go in and fix it. She's going to have surgery. They're going to go in through the front. They'll basically open this up. They'll shift the tube to one side, everything else to the other. They'll go in, fix what they can fix through the front. And they did say that normally with 4 or more vertebrae, they usually want to do through the front and through the rear, because doing everything through one or the other location can be very painful and lead to a longer recovery. So to kind of help her with her recovery, they're going to go in through the front, open it up, go in, clean up what they can clean up and help take some of that pressure off. And then because my mother's responded well to anesthesia in the past, they'll then go ahead and clean everything up and stitch her up, and then they'll roll her over, and then they'll open up and do the rear, and they'll do it all in one take, since since she's responded well to anesthesia in the past. They're not as worried that there will be any kind of an issue or anything, so they're going to do it all in one shot, get it all done in one day. But again, they're going to go in and take the pressure off the spine, try and get everything, and then they're going to put rods and pins in her neck. So they said she'll lose some of the mobility in her neck, but it'll mostly be up and down. And with that, you can compensate with the waist, so she can look down as far as she can look and then just kind of lean forward a little bit, or look up as far as she can look and then kind of lean back a little bit to still have, movement and range. She said that her mobility left to right should be fine. It'll just be a little bit of the forward and backward that she'll lose with basically having her neck fused. So she's going to have her neck fused. So, Da Vinci, you had neck surgery back in 2006. Yeah. See, like I said, I mean, I'm not worried. The doctor who is going to be doing the procedure, she's young, but she's good at what she does. The floor that we were on, the entire staff has had nothing but good things to say. They said she's, she may be young, but she's very good at what she does. And the day that my mom got in there, that Friday, when they were doing all the MRI and stuff, they were telling us that she was actually in surgery that morning, performing pretty much the same procedure, and she had 2 more of them lined up that day. So she, this is something she does regularly. So it's not something that we're worried about with Mama. Mama's a tough, she's a tough bird. She'll kick this thing's ass, but scared the shit out of everybody. She did. So, but yeah, so Mama's doing, okay today. I mean, she's been having issues keeping her blood sugar under control, but when you're on steroids, that messes with your blood sugar. So they got her on the steroids to kind of help push, a lot of the swelling down in the neck. And so they're keeping her on the steroids to help with, the neck pain and stuff. And she hates the fact that she's on insulin now, because they have been taking care of her diabetes with medication. So between medication and diet, she's been able to keep pretty good control of it. But with the introduction of the steroids, she has been a little elevated. So she is on insulin now in the hospital as needed. So once she hits close to that 200 mark, they give her a shot, and she don't like it. But I got Mama's My Chart now, so I can keep track of things. Since I know Mama's okay today and everything, I've messaged her and talked with her a little bit. But I'm going to kind of, I know she's in a gen room. I think my siblings, my sister and the kiddos, I think are going up to see her today, or have gone up to see her. I'm actually double checking right now. I'm looking to see. My mom is currently at, yep, still in the hospital. She ain't going nowhere. Let me go look at the other group chat and see where, or the other, yep, they're up in Rockford right now with her, or up by Rockford with her. It looks like they actually are, they're getting some food right now. So my siblings, my sister and her husband and their kiddos are all currently getting some food, but it looks like they were all up visiting my mom, or are all heading up to visit my mom. So, but yeah, I know my sister and my stepdad and I are all going to be up there Thursday with her for her surgery. So let's go look at her my chart. Let's see how she's doing today. I know earlier when I looked, her insulin level was still a little elevated, but it wasn't bad. She was like 130, 136, I believe. She was like at 136 or something. Let's go look at mom's chart. All right, test results. There we go. What's her most recent test results? Glucose was at, this one was at 1030. So yeah, her last result was 136. So she's still a little elevated. They like to keep her around 100, between 70 and 100. She's at 136, but again, with the steroid, it's going to pump that up a little bit. So, but yeah, sadly, it doesn't let us see the MRI and stuff from within her my chart, which would be kind of cool, because then I could show you guys which vertebrae like have no fluid in it. So yeah, no protective barriers, basically. Yeah. So that's how, if you didn't know, now you do. It works like you have bones and you have a fluid filled cylinder around that, and then around that is, or inside of all that is the wiring, basically. So, but yeah, so they went up today. The kiddos got, or my niece and nephews got to go up and see their noni. I'm planning on taking whichever kiddos want to go up, or going up with whichever kiddos want to go up sometime between now and Thursday. So probably going to be Tuesday, or probably even Wednesday. Plan, go to work Wednesday, get off work, come home, scoop up some kiddos, head up there, and then Thursday morning get up with my sister and my stepdad, and the three of us will head up there for the surgery, so we can kind of keep up with what's going on. And then when she gets out and she's back into recovery, I can keep the rest of the family posted. So yeah, a little break would be nice. It's like stress, stress, stress. A little wore out, so I came home, and after I knew mom was okay, everything was good, I ended up passing out on the couch for a little bit, and then went upstairs to bed and passed out, and then woke up around 4 a.m. because one of my neighbor's dogs sounded like it was being attacked by something, and it was just really loud, and it's like, what the hell? And then I was up outside wandering around trying to figure out where the hell this was coming from, and then came back in and went to bed again for a little bit. Woke up a couple hours ago, and just body is sore today. So ask for a copy of the MRI. Burned to a disc. Yeah, usually for no charge. Yeah, well, for the cost of what the MRI was itself. That stuff ain't cheap, but yeah, I'll see what happens when we get up there. See if we can get something. That'd be kind of cool to, be able to like show in her vertebrae the two that were really jacked up, and you can see when they show. One of her vertebrae is shifted to, in her neck is shifted to the left, and one is shifted to the right. So when you look down her spine, it goes down, and then one is kicked. I think it goes right first and then left. So they as they come down, you can see the bulging, and then the bulging turns, is pushing up higher on one side, tipping the vertebrae the other way, and then vice versa, and tips it the other way. So, but yeah. So it was one of those, my stepdad said it's, serendipitous, a happy accident that, this happened, but it's a good thing that it happened, because we found this before something worse could have happened, because Like they said, with no protective barrier around that, it would have just been any kind of a, like a bump, a hit or something could have been just enough to jar the vertebrae into the spine, and then she could have been lights out altogether. So, yeah. But it didn't happen. She's still here. She's still kicking. She's still ornery as can be. She's my mama. She got to be, right? Put up with my crap. But yeah, so get her taken care of, get this all done, and then find out. Like I said, we'll know once physical therapy sees her, which will be about 48 hours after. Then they'll decide if she's strong enough to just come home, be released to in-home with maybe some, either in-home or some kind of physical therapy after, or if they're going to want to release her to a facility for some, inpatient physical therapy. So she may wind up going from Rockford, which again, if you look in Illinois at Rockford, and then you look at Peru, that's roughly where we live. We live near Peru. Obviously, that's the hospital they took my mom to, so we live near Peru. So if you look at from Rockford to Peru, and then from Peru area down to Peoria, because that's most likely where they'll end up putting her, is in a inpatient care facility in Peoria, is what they said. So she'll have to go from Rockford to Peoria, and depending on how that goes, she'll either be transferred by ambulance, or they may even give her a flight. So they may fly her down after, because with neck and back stuff, they try to keep you from bumping and bouncing around as much as they can. So yeah, Sporlock. There's with hers is she's got Blue Cross Blue Shield for the insurance, and then she's got Medicare. So shouldn't be hopefully too much out of pocket expense, but just depends on what's covered by which one. You know how it goes. The older you get, the more this is covered, but that's not, and then that's covered, but this isn't, and then you got to pay for this, but you don't have to pay for that. So it's kind of the headache that we're in, but it's all stuff that'll get figured out when the bills come in, So, but yeah, they with OSF, because that's the hospital, you know. Yeah, exactly, Sporlock. So, well, it's all where everything is in network, so that's kind of where she's kind of stuck. So, but the doctor up at St. Anthony's is doing really good with her and talking to her. She came in yesterday, and she is definitely much younger. She looks like she's probably in her like late 20s, maybe early 30s, but the hospital staff themselves talk very highly of her, so that's a good thing, right? It's always good when the staff like you. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what happens. I won't know anything more really between until Thursday. So as of right now, until Thursday, there's the only updates that'll be on Mama will just be, her blood sugar's looking good, and a little more pain today, a little less pain. So from now till Thursday, there's not going to be probably too much. I know, like I said, today is kind of a rest and relax day, or try to relax day for me. Back to work tomorrow, and I'll call mom or text mom in the morning, see how she's doing, message her throughout the day, and keep up with her. And then either tomorrow night or maybe Tuesday night after work, run up and spend a couple hours with her. So get off of work and just head straight up, spend a couple hours with her, and then head back home. So yeah. Make an Easter basket for her and flip it. Yeah, that was kind of the thought, is that we'll go up on Easter Sunday. We got to get her sugar-free treats. But my sister was already talking about her and the kids doing something like that for her. So, yeah. As the oldest kid with all the oldest grandbabies, uh, you know, letting my sister do the cutesy things. We're just, more or less going to be there to say hi. So, but yeah, so Thursday will be a long day hanging out at the hospital, just waiting for input. So, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be back to work. Just keeping, text messaging and phone calls to mama to make sure she's okay. Yes, Sporlock, it sucks that I can't make it, my man. Um, It'd be nice to get to Rocky Mountain, but like I said, right now, seems like every time I want to try something, uh, the stars don't always align because I was planning on streaming on Thursdays, and Thursday I'm gonna be in the hospital with Mama. So depending on how things go there, what happens, there may be a stream from the hospital. Who knows? We'll see how my mom feels. Maybe my mom will want to say hi to all you guys. So, maybe one of these nights when I'm up there, I'll stream from the hospital with my mom. You guys can get an introduction to my mama. We'll see how she feels and if she wants her face on camera. I don't want to, force it, but then this way you guys can at least meet the woman who is half the reason I exist, since the chances of meeting my father now are 0. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll see what she says. I don't want to force it on her if she's not feeling up to dealing with a bunch of unrulies, namely you guys. Yeah. All right, Sporlock, brother, have fun. But yeah, between now and Midwest Rep Fest, if anybody wants to sponsor a trip for me, um, or me and my wife, let me know. I'm more than happy to come work an event at this point. I'm more than happy to come work someone's table, work their booth with them. Just come hang out, talk to people about what I'm doing with. This is me trying to transition off to something else. So, but I'm more than happy to talk about what I'm doing with the printer rehab project and with, the company I'd be with their products and what they do and what they offer. So if anybody wants to sponsor a trip, let me know. At this point, I could probably use one. If you want to cover 2 plane tickets and a place to stay for me and my wife, that'd be even more greatly appreciated. But, who followed me? Pete. Ah, it's Polymaker Pete. I gotta follow him back. Gotta follow Polymaker Pete. But, yeah. Nah, brother, don't worry about it. I know you would. I appreciate that. If I was in a better place financially, I'd just go and Airbnb a giant house and invite all my friends and have just like a giant, hang out with everybody. We'd do all kinds of streaming and hanging out and just silliness. But yeah, right now, seems like I said, every time something comes up, something else comes up. So pretty sure if I had that trip planned, something else would come up anyway. So I'm not gonna plan it. If something happens and I can make it, great. And if not, well, there's always Midwest Rep Fest that I can see whoever I can see at. Because that one's a 3-hour drive that I'll just wake up either Friday morning or Sunday morning and just drive out. I'll probably go out Sunday, to be honest with you. So it sounds like for me, Midwest Rep Fest, I'll drive out, get up Sunday morning and drive out there and spend Sunday with everybody. And if anybody needs help tearing down, I can help them tear down and then drive back the 3 hours back. So might take an RV to Rocky Mountain, so you can be there for both days. That'd be pretty sweet, man. Fingers crossed. I hope you can, brother. I hope you can. It's a fun event, and one day is not going to be enough time for you. Trust me. One day is not going to be enough time. It's a very big venue with a lot of people, a lot of things to see, a lot of stuff to soak in. The worst part about having a table at the event is you spend a lot of time at your table and you don't get to see a lot. So giving yourself 2 days to just kind of wander around the event and talk to people and see everything gives you a little better chance of soaking in everything that's going to be there. So if you can get the 2 days, take the 2 days, trust me, because even 3 days of being at the event, Friday for setup and helping others set up, and then Saturday and then Sunday, I still missed a lot of stuff last year. But again, like I said, I had a table, so I was spending a lot of time at the table and not being able to get around and see and talk to everybody. So, but yeah, I am hoping that, wait, hold on. Let's fix the house. Nice. Nice, Captain. I'm glad that's all kind of, the stars are starting to align for you, man. Um, so I guess the way things are kind of working out is, like I said, that stuff with my mom on Thursday, and then seeing how she's gonna do, and then Saturday my sister has put together we're gonna do just siblings, like myself, my brother, um, like my sister, siblings, and us. We're gonna lay our dad to rest at the family plot on Saturday. And then Sunday will be, like I said, probably pack up as many kiddos as we can and haul butt up to Rockford to see my mom that morning, spend some time with her. And then that afternoon, it'll be come back and go to my mother-in-law's and do Easter with her family. And then, like I said, if I have Monday off, well, then pretty much probably be a recoup on Monday and then back to work that following Tuesday and kind of go from there. So that's kind of the plan right now. Um, Depending on how things play out um, from my dad's passing, depending on how things play out there. Um, Ideally, it would be nice to get all of the vehicles that we currently have functional, and then, if possible, try and get a nicer, newer vehicle so we don't have to keep borrowing from family. Um, and then if there's, anything, maybe be able to make it out to 3D Printopia this year. Go out and finally check that one out. But 3D Printopia is going to be a bit harder. So, but yeah. So right now, just Midwest Rep Rap Fest is the only one I'll be attending this year for sure. Like, set in stone, like I'll be there. I have to be there, So one way or another, come hell or high water, I will be there. If I end up having to change my plans and go on Friday, or if the plans are still to show up on Sunday. But either way, I'll be there one of those 2 days. If the stars align. Yep, I understand completely, my man. If the stars align. But yeah, gang, like I said, I just more or less wanted to do this little stream just to kind of keep everybody updated on mom, what was going on there. There's not too much going on with me right now. This Thursday, mom surgery, is my 5-year anniversary of this channel on YouTube. So when I keep telling you guys 5 years of hustling, it's been 5 years of hustling to get what I needed to get monetized on here. So on a side note, you got to hustle. You got to put in some time. And if I'd have put in more time, it probably would have been a bit more successful a little bit sooner. But I didn't put in that much time because life happens, and doing live streams doesn't get you useful content that will get you watch hours. So, but there is that. So if anybody is wondering, Thursday of this coming Thursday is going to be my 5-year anniversary with this channel. So this channel was started then, obviously, April, whatever day that is. I don't remember what Thursday's going to be. But it'll be the 17th. So April 17th of 2020 is when I started the channel. So yeah, it started as DB3D Dan and became MakerMind Nexus. So but gang, I am pretty much wiped out. There's really no energy in me today. So forgive me for not being a usual crazy kind of like off the wall self. Um, as you can tell, I'm not talking very loud because I have a little bit of a headache too, you know? Yeah, Captain, I'm thinking that as soon as I wrap this up, I'm probably going to go back in the house, get back in bed. Actually, probably going to take a hot shower first. And then probably get back in bed, give Mom a call, see how she's doing. And then, you know, get back in bed and pass out for a little while. And then maybe get up and eat something, and then probably just go back to bed. Catch up on a bunch of much needed sleep. So I think that might be my plan for the day. But yeah, if nothing else, I don't know. I think that's it. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say. My words are not wording well. But yeah, I do thank everybody for the well wishes on Mama. I know she appreciates it. But again, let me look in real quick here. Hold on. St. Anthony's Hospital, Rockford, e-card. Send an e-card. Here we go. Select your facility. St. Anthony's in Rockford. Okay, here. Let's do this so you guys can, if you want to do this, you guys can. Let me share the screen. All right. So I'll share the link in a minute, but if you want to do this, what you do is hit the select facility, and I'm in the way. So let me move myself. Hold on a second. Let's turn off all of this stuff. And then let's unlock this so I can move myself kind of out of the way. There we go. So what you do is click facility, and then you look for the one that says Rockford right here, St. Anthony's Rockford. Select your card type. Obviously, probably do a get well soon. Put your name and then patient name, which I'll put that info in for you guys if you want to send it. And then a little message here, and then you just check the box and hit send card. And like when you do the get well soons, obviously they have different, you know, different things you can kind of like flip through. So yeah, so you guys can pick a different image for something, and then you can go ahead and send it. But I will, I'll be sure to post the info. Let me copy this real quick here. Here. If you want to send my mom an e-card, here is the link, info. Anthony's Hospital, Rockford, and Cynthia Jacobs. It's the PC. How the hell do you spell patient? I can't even spell the word patient now. There we go. It's right there in front of me. I can't even read it. There. Boom. Click. Pin to task. There we go. So if you guys want to send her one, there's the info. Send it. and they'll make sure that she gets them, and then she can kind of read through them. I don't know if anybody in the family has done that yet. In my family, I don't think any of my siblings have. So if you guys want to surprise her, you can do that. Send her little cards, and you can just put in there from, and in the message just say friended Dan's, he was talking about you or whatever. Just, you know, just put friended Dan's in there, and she'll get them. They do this really nice thing. They print them out and then they bring them into her so she can kind of see them and read them. So yeah, if you guys are feeling up to it, send her an e-card. I'm gonna do that now. I'm not a robot, and send. Oh, I must select an image first. Let's see, what should we select for mom? Let's pick the little puppy dog with the heart next to, or holding the heart, and send. There we go. All right. Your card will be delivered within 24 hours. Cards sent on the weekends will be delivered the next business day, which is fine because today is Sunday. She'll get it later. Check my DMs. All right. Give me a second to load Discord. Give me just a moment, good sir. Discord is coming up. And of course, like always at Discord, it's going to do its thing. Click here. What do we got? Well, thank you, brother. I'll just say thank you, Captain. That's awesome. Um, Considering, yes, I did. They are awesome. But again, uh, thank you. Uh, Greatly appreciated that you're thinking of me. But you take care of you. If you want to, I can't stop you. Let's just put it that way. If you want to, I can't stop you. But yeah, those are pretty nice. And again, you know, but uh yeah, I'm just wiped out, guys. That's all. Just wiped out. Very true, Captain. Very true. Hopefully you can put that stuff to use, my man. Hopefully you got something you can do with it, you know? Yeah, it is time to, I think, wrap this thing up. Um, I am gonna actually kind of copy this part real quick though. And I'm gonna go edit my little stream here and add this in underneath. So if anybody watches this after the fact, they'll be able to go into the description down below. There we go. All right. Save it in there. I would honestly greatly appreciate it if you guys could like blow up my mom's like e-cards thing, send her a bunch, tell her anything nice or funny. We have a sense of humor in my family, so if you want to pick on me and say something silly in there about me, that's fine. We have a sense of humor in our family. We deal with that kind of stuff through humor and laughter. So, um, making funny comments or sending, you know, your idiot son, trust me, she'll chuckle. She knows how I am. So, but yeah, so if you guys could and would, please consider blowing up my mom's e-cards thing. Send her one. Be greatly appreciated. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up and probably head in for a hot shower and then probably just hold down the couch or something. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided, but uh, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to do today now. Like I said, I'm gonna probably check in with mom here in a little bit, so maybe take a shower, hit the couch, call her, check in with her, see how she's doing, let her know that one day this week I'll try to get up there before the surgery with, whatever kiddos want to come up and see her. I know for some of the kiddos, they don't like the hospital environment, and I understand that. I'm not going to hold that against them. We can always video chat with them again, and they can see Noni and see how she's doing. So, but gang, I do appreciate you all. You guys are awesome, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna finally, I think, shut down completely and just relax instead of try to think about what I should be doing and just think about how cute the back of my eyelids are. Yeah. So I'll talk to you guys all later. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with the update on mom. Like I said, surgery is Thursday. I will probably, depending on how mom is feeling and doing, we may get maybe a little bit more stream, but don't bank on anything crazy this week. So yeah, don't bank on anything crazy this week. Next week will hopefully get a little easier. So this coming week is going to be probably little to no stream. Next week, after when mom's all said and done and is on the mend, it'll be maybe a little closer to back to normal. So, but you guys have fun. Stay out trouble, stay out jail. Happy 3D printing and all those fun things. And yeah, the rest of my spiel. Talk to you guys later. Thanks again. Bye, guys.